New day. We've already done the rear. Now we got to do the front. What's up, guys? It's Kai with TK Speed Shop. And in the last video, we did the axle flip, and it turned out good. Modifications was definitely needed. You can definitely see how much lower the frame is. So now we have to articulate our front side. So I've already ripped the wheels off, threw my spacers to the side, and now it's time to dive into all this. So what we're going to be doing today is, right now I am on the 5 and 5.5 bolt pattern for the Dodge, and I want to switch these out to the 5 and 4.5. We got to get that. We got some new shocks, we got some new brake rubber lines. We got to clean all this crap up because this looks grody. I kind of already been taking a wire wheel to some of this stuff. And we got to get this lower control arm out. So we bought the van lower control arm so we can get the drop going. And yeah, let's just dive into it. Go ahead and get you guys set up. I guess we can go ahead and start disconnecting these rubber lines. Be super careful on these dang things. I couldn't tell you how many of these I have broken in the past. It's always good practice to get you one of these line wrenches like that and break it loose like that first, because you'll round this off if you just try to put a wrench on it offhand. And stuff, anything that has to do with fuel lines or anything like that, I always recommend a line wrench instead of using the open end one. There we go. Stuff like this, if we can, we reuse it. I'm going to do the same to the other side. We got these retaining nuts on these calipers. Well, that ain't going to freaking work. I tried to be cheap about it. I should have let all this stuff soak in PB Blast overnight or something. Such a caveman way of doing stuff. I am going to leave this like this because I am not 100% sure on how all this crap goes back together, because I don't want to work on Dodge stuff. There's one on the bottom too. Is what holds the caliper on? Let me bring you around so you can see what I'm seeing. We got new calipers too. There's no bolt to hold the caliper on. It's just right like that. Let's get a pry bar on that. Yeah. Oh wow. Look at them. They still had a little life left in them. Ooh. Yeah. That's a good core now. So we got... These still have some good damn pads in them. Okay, we got to get this off now. So I'm going to assume we're going to reuse this bracket right here, which is fine by me. I got some Pour 15 paint If we have to restore them, then we'll restore them. Okay. Boy, that's kind of bulky. All that crap's kind of grody. Ugh. Let's go ahead and pop this rotor off while I'm here. They make a special tool for this. Me, I'm just a big believer in the flathead. That grease actually smells decent. Let me get a towel. If it seems like I'm not energetic today, I'm actually hurting today a little bit. Yeah, that didn't have nothing on it. In a lot of pain today. Now we're going to be very, very careful because I actually want to reuse these bearings. Put that nut right there. Where's my cowl? That can slide forward. Ugh. These bearings are kind of whoopty. They look good though. They're definitely smoked and caked from hell and back. We're gonna reuse them bearings. That race on this is still good. We're gonna clean these up. We're probably gonna reuse these. I mean, what's the worst that could happen, you know? And this seal, looks like this seal is just hanging out. Okay. I want to do some test fitting first though. So we need to go ahead and clear up this mystery, because a lot of people, there's been a lot of questions on the internet of well, I guess you say there's a lot of questions. A lot of people think that this or something about this doesn't sit correctly on the hub and rotor when you're trying to swap the brake pad, well, the wheel pattern. I'm terrible right now. Anyway, there seem to be issues with how the different rotor sits on this, and I didn't mind spending a little bit of money seeing if this worked or not. And if it don't work, then that'll be the end of this video. If it does work, then we'll proceed, and then I'll let you guys know that we have footage saying that this works. So, okay. The rotor that we bought is an 84 Dodge D150 rotor, because it has the 5 and 4.5 bolt pattern. In 85, they swapped over to the 5 and 5.5. It's time for us to test fit. I done rang your ear off enough. We need to do some verifying. Okay, that sits up on there, no problem at all. Actually, that's nice. Okay, so temporarily, because I'm gonna have to clean all this crap out anyway, we're gonna take our bearing, gonna drop our old bearing in. This bearing spins in here nice and smooth, so that's one plus. Now let's take this rotor. There we go. Now that we got this rotor on, it's not seated because let's take this one. Okay. Now let's take this and this. I don't see no issue with this. There's no issue. Everything's sitting like it's supposed to. Everything's in groove. I guess mystery debunked. You can bolt pre-85 rotors onto this. I would still cut it off at 84 because there might be some bearing size differences, but I would cut it off at 84 because I can only go by 84 because that's what we're using right now. But that's perfect. Again, this is the 5 and 4.5 bolt pattern. So I guess let me get this back off and let me get these bearings cleaned up and get everything set. Or you know what? Scratch that. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Let me get this back off, let me get this cleaned up, let me get these bearings and stuff put up because we still got some disassembling to do. Okay. What size is that? 7? It's probably not a 7/16. It's probably like a 9/16 down here somewhere. Are you a 9/16? No, you're a 1/2 inch. Are you a? Yep. Okay. No, this is Patrick. I need an extension. Comment down below, man, you need to get your act together. Cause man, I'll be back. Fun tip, if you're not reusing shocks, just take your vice grips, clamp that shiny boy up there and just back her off. Pretty much easy peasy. Just like that. That sap sucker's out. I might well clean this up. if you one of those guys that buy everything new, then yeah, you could spend the money and do this and buy new parts and never have to worry about wire welding. But I'm cheap, guys. And not only am I cheap, I'm also realistic. Any second now, my GoPro's gonna die. Alright. So we already got everything knocked apart. I brought out my big ass purse. My GoPro keeps dying, man. Hold on, this is important. GoPro keeps freaking dying, bro. Well, that's anticlimactic. The damn GoPro died. Spring's out. Okay, it's a brand new day. Got frustrated yesterday. Dang GoPro keep on dying. So yeah, we didn't get to see the climactic spring drop or anything like that. I really need to stop myself from trying to do every video as a how-to, and it's more like watch me destroy something and maybe you might learn something. Anywho, we got our van control arms out, and on these stock Dodge, this is where our drops coming in from. So the spring sits right here on the Dodge, on the truck series. So it just sits up top, where the vans, well, they're cupped. That's where you get your drop at. But unlike the truck ones that has the 2 spaces here and then your strut rod bolts here, you don't have the strut rod bolt on the van ones. Now there's a couple ways that you can do that. I like to do this. So I got a piece of paper. Okay, let me set you up. This is some magic you about to see. This is magic in the happening. Okay, boom. Class is in session. Okay, so boom. So I made me some holes in my piece of paper. And I got me some bolts, and I'm bolting into the stock where the shock goes. Now the piece of paper is completely, you see what I'm saying? Right there. I pretty much put my thumb over the hole. I took a Sharpie and I colored it in. And you know when you're in center, when you can do stuff like this. Okay, boom, center. I don't want the paper to flip on you, so I'm gonna put my thumbs on it. Boom. Dead center. So, you take this little hack-ass template. Come with me. And we pretty much rinse and repeat the process. We get our little bolts. We put the bolts in there. Come on now. Come on. Boom. Such a difficult time showing you guys how to do this. So we're just gonna let it fall in place just like it did. Boom. Mark your holes. Boop, boop. Take you a really fine drill bit. You can see right there. That's our holes. Pretty simple. Is it right? I don't know. But there's a couple of awesome guys on YouTube that does content on the lower van control arms. I followed their stuff. I think one was Moonlit. There's a couple of them. I'll put them down below. But yeah, that's pretty much what we're gonna do, because we need to get that as close as possible. Is it perfect? Probably not. Is it gonna work? Yeah. Success rate is really high. Anyway, you also gonna have to grind off that pump stop. Cut it off, grind it off, what have you. We already grinded this one off, so. We've also already drilled our little pilot hose, so we're about to. I haven't got no damn cutting fluid, so for cutting fluid we're using hydraulic jack fluid. Is this work? Is this right? Probably not. I think that one's getting the job done. Alright, so we're basically drilling it until this bolt fits in there. Capiche, capiche. Yep. Almost. Woo! That one. Now I gotta clean all this crap up. I'll bring you back once that's cleaned up. You can see where I grinded it. And the bolts. Bloop. 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 Alright, now that we got that situated, we're gonna take our nut bolt. I've already kind of pre-assembled this back together real quick. Let me just, there you go, you can see me. Boom. And then the other side lined up perfect. So, and that'll pretty much get that back articulating where it needs to be. This is why, this is why you need to grind that bump stop down, because this is gonna have to position on top of that. So once this fully compresses and everything, we'll be a-okay. We will be gravy. Couple things to note. A couple guys like to shave the back side of this lower control arm down because of clearance issues. I don't know if this is because this frame is a 90s model frame or not, but I didn't have to clearance anything back there for this to swing. I didn't have no issues getting it in the mount. I didn't have no issues with it pivoting all the way down and all the way back up. I had no issues whatsoever. I am still using the factory 5/8 bolt. What I did was, let me take you back in here real quick. I'm sorry that it's dark, but work kind of held me up a little bit today. So what I did is, I got a piece of machined aluminum. Excuse me. And I basically got the ID of the van lower control arm outside diameter of the bolt, and I got it to match the inside diameter of the 5/8 bolt that we use. And it just pretty much, like, I'll show you right now. See this? And just like that. Now, it is a little wobbly, so don't flame me in the comments, but it works. I just took a little piece of heavy duty tape and I like lightly, in like a candy cone like spiral, I spiraled it, and as you can see, it's like that. But until you get to this painter's tape right here that I got on there for cutting purposes, perfect. And I didn't have to freaking, you know, drill a bigger hole to accept the bigger size bolt or any of that stuff. So if you ask me, that's a win. Anywho, I'm about to, we're about to cut a half a coil off that, and we're pretty much gonna be done once we at this point, it's pretty much reassemble your backing plate, reassemble your rotor and your brake caliper and all that. Once I get all that stuff done, we're just gonna have fun with the driver's side and go from there. It'll be another day, but to you, it'll feel like one day. I'll be back. Now, the perfectionist in me wants to clean these springs up. But I'm here to tell you, just like Stephen A. Smith says on ESPN, we don't care. So, we're throwing this bad mamma jamma in here like this. Yeah, there's a dog somewhere. And let me tell you right now, he doesn't care. Okay. So, washer goes on the bottom. None of these bolts had Loctite on them either. So. Enough there. It's in the damn cup. So, interesting. These shocks are not brought to you by Gabriel. If I said it in the last video, I'll say it again. We use Gabriel because they're cheap. There's a lot of controversy about lowering shocks. I really don't know what to tell you, but I will be doing updates on this. So if these don't work, you will know. Okay. Man. Am I missing something? Yep. I just sat down, thought I was ready to bring you guys in. Nope. Missing my damn seal. I think this one's a little too long, and I think this one's too short. But we're gonna try this one. What the hole right there? That's an issue. So we can't access the hole for the cotter pin. Maybe that's what they was talking about bearing size wise, maybe? I don't know. For the time being, we're just gonna close it up. We'll just have to revisit this another day. Oh, you got that's where the action going on at.
I
I wouldn't get that close.
I was wondering if you was going to do any explaining.
That close.
Too late.
Okay.
Oh, you about to let that jack down?
Yeah.
No, I didn't realize that. Hold on. Let me get behind you.
There you go.
Oh, that came a lot easier than I expected.
Well, it's been a couple days. So, you know how I was complaining about the rotor not really situating right? The bearing, something was wrong with the spindle, and I was like, you know what? Maybe those guys on the forums are right, and there's something completely weird going on. No, I'm just dumb. Here on TK Speed Shop, we like to show all of our faults when we make them. So, I got this one back together. The difference is, I ordered new rotors. So, if you're on the Rock Auto, and you're looking for rotors, to do this swap effectively, you need to buy the 84 D150 rotors. Okay, I made the mistake of buying the D100 rotors for the 84. So let me just go ahead and show you something. So back here, on this is the new rotor. Okay, we already got our little stuff lined up. We're just going to take this seal. This was problem number one. See how that seal just drops in there? That's correct. That seal just drops straight in there. You got to like tap it in, of course, but that's correct. Now, let me bring you to the rotors we were trying to use. Boom. That's not going. That's because the D100 rotors are the exact same from 73 to 84, which is also the bolt pattern for the small Dodge bolt pattern. But if you buy the 84 D150 rotors, they retain the small Dodge bolt pattern, but they use the larger spindles. With the larger spindles means you got to use the later wheel seals, and using the later wheel seals, you got to use the later bearings. So I picked up some bearings for 92 D150 just because I wasn't thinking, but they fit the front and the back. I got a whole new set. We was able to get this one on, no problem at all. Carter key installed, everything, or Carter pin, everything went on like it was supposed to. So now we get to do this side. Everything's kind of already thrown back together. This isn't really a how-to, but it's a how-to-do. Okay, so let's get that rear bearing in and seal and ka-chow. Okay. Not gonna lie, look at that. Back it off some. That'll work. Ah! It's on. Okay? And you can never take that away from me. Now, let's move into some brakey stuff. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this. God dang. There you go. Alright. Go ahead and get this caliper on. Hey, we went all out for brake pads, guys. Probably could have just bought some cheaps, but we went for the Brimby boys because why not? I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna swoop this brake line down. Man, guys, it's been a couple days. I was kind of, not gonna lie, I was kind of upset as spaghetti because I wanted to get you guys this video Monday, but I didn't want to end the video on freaking disappointment like that. Like, I had to get this to work because I'm not gonna lie, I was contemplating like, bruh, if this don't work, like, bro, I don't want to run freaking 5 and 5.5s up front. I want to be able to rotate my tires and do all that stuff. But I want you guys to leave it down in the comment section down below. We're still trying to make this a budget bill, so I will not be, you know, I'm not gonna say, yes, let's go to American Racing. Let's go to American Racing and buy the most expensive small bolt pattern Dodge rims we can. No, we're trying to make this cheap, affordable, guys. Okay. Oh, nothing's more satisfying than that. You can see the little caliper right there, the little brim bro just poking out right there. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that incorrectly, but you know, whatever. It's finally time to put this on the ground. So let's while I'm sitting here running these down, let's go over what we've done in the past couple videos. Well, the past 2 videos. We did an axle flip on the rear. I'm pretty sure I did that incorrectly. I'm pretty sure I was supposed to cut off the stock axle pads and weld them back on, but you know, we make stuff work around here. It's supposed to be bolt on. If I'm gonna spend $300 freaking dollars, it's gonna be god dang bolt on, no matter how you look at it. Anywho, so we did the axle flip in the rear, and up front we did the van lower control arms. We modified them to work on this, and I cut half a coil off a spring. Is that too low? Possibly. But we just won't know. We just won't know. When this is back on the ground and the cab's on it and everything from there, we'll make our final assessment from there. It's definitely gonna be low, I will say that. Or lower. I'm missing one of my sockets. check the other side. I need to bend that backing plate a little bit. I've been waiting for this. Moment of truth. Oh man, hello. Oh man. Oh man. Oh shit. Oh man, that's low, man. Oh man, look at that. Oh bro, that's freaking awesome. That's awesome. That is awesome. Everything looks good. Everything's tight. I gotta do the final torque spec on all my tie rod, my ball joints and all that stuff, and then I gotta grease them up. But man, that is phenomenal. Like, this is a lot lower than I really thought it was going to be. Oh man, this is oh man, I hope we can get headers on this without freaking scraping. Well, we shouldn't scrape, but man, that is low when you think about how low that is. Oh man. Oh, that's oh man, this is awesome. This is awesome. Oh man, this is great. This just made it all worth it. This made the wait for those rotors even worth it. So, yeah, we're gonna have to get some different rims now. We're gonna have to. Like I said, guys, put it in the comment section down below. What kind of rim should we get? I'm thinking Steelies, like white Steelies with like poverty caps on them. I like the dog dish look, and I'm thinking once we put that cab back on here, guys, I have not. I did some more measurements and stuff on the step side bed, and I just don't think it's worth putting that Chevy step side bed on this. And we have the donor bed, but that donor bed, the body lines, everything about that bed is ugly. So still, I might run that bed just to have the body back together. So I'm looking for like a 70s model short wheelbase bed for a Dodge, because I want my body lines to match. Because if not, I'm gonna have to run that. I'm really not trying to run that. But man, this is insane. Look how low the body mount is. Like, bro, that's freaking, that's nice. We still gotta like drill and tap this. I gotta put some new holes in the frames because my transmission mount's up here, so I gotta move this forward like 1.25 inches, I believe, to get that line back up. So, oh man, this is awesome. Of course, I did my best Rattle Can Dan impersonation and cleaned up all that stuff, so it looks mint as hell. Oh. I want to thank you guys for all the love and support, guys. This video, I felt like this video was longer than it should have been. It's my fault for misordering stuff, but If you stayed through to the whole video, I want to say thank you. I really appreciate it. And you now know that you can buy 84 D150, let's specify, D150 rotors. They're gonna accept the larger diameter bearings and the larger diameter wheel seals, like the 85 to 93s, and everything just swaps over just like that, no problem. So if you do that swap up front, you don't have to worry about no funky ass spindles. Let's go ahead and clear that misconception up right now. You do not have to change the spindles. You do not have to change the spindles. You just got to change the rotor, and you just got to make sure that your bearings match. Just if you got an 85 or later, 85 to 93 D100 and D150, I'm sorry, and you want the small Dodge bolt pattern, just buy the 84 rotors and then reuse your bearings, and you're done. And as far as the rear goes, again, you can either A, swap in an early 8 3/4 inch that does have that pattern, or just pull the axles out and get different axles. But you work with what you got. I want to thank you guys. I love you guys. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We're still climbing, guys. I need to hurry up and try to get the majority of this stuff kind of put back together, because I feel like the past couple videos have been purely Dodge content, which is not a bad thing. But I'm the type of person that I like to move around and do different things. Like, we still gotta, yeah, I got a plan for that. So, yeah. See you guys in the next video. That thing, get low, get low, get low, get low. Turn away. Oh, man. Guys, we got to get her reaction. Hi. Yeah. Come look at this. Don't look at the truck, just look at me. Just come forward. I can't see anything past the spotlight. Oh, well, that's fair. Turn around. It's gonna look better once.
I made it a lot less than I thought I would. I'm coming around to it, but that doesn't mean I'm exactly happy about this. My truck is all torn apart. It's not put back together yet. This is supposed to take 2 weeks. It has been 2 months. And I don't care how unsafe it was. I want my truck back.
We're building the shop truck better, though.